necks. Isn't that good enough reason?
Don't they have any necks?
None visible. Their fat little heads instead of their fat little bodies without a bit of connection.
It's too bad.
Yes, it's too bad because you can't wring the necks if they've got no necks to wring. Isn't that right? Hear them? Hear them screaming? You don't know where their voice boxes are located since they don't have necks. I tell you, I got so nervous at the table tonight I thought I would throw back my head and utter a scream you could hear across the Arkansas border and parts of Louisiana and Tennessee. I said to your charming sister-in-law, May, honey, couldn't you feed those precious little things at a separate table with an oilcloth cover? They make such a mess and the lace cloth looks so pretty. She made enormous eyes at me and said, oh no, on Big Daddy's birthday? Why, he'd never forgive me. Well, I want you to know, Big Daddy had been at the table 2 minutes with those 5 no-neck monsters slobbering and drooling all over their food before he threw down his fork and shouted, for God's sake, Scooper, why don't you put them pigs at trough in the kitchen? I swear I simply could have died. Think of it, Brick. They got 5 of them. And number 6 is coming. They brought the whole bunch down here to display like animals at a county fair. Why, they have them children doing tricks all the time along with constant little remarks and innuendos about the fact that you and I have not produced any children, are totally childless and therefore totally useless. Of course, it's comical, but it's also disgusting since it's so obvious what they're up to.
What are they up to?
I tell you what they're up to, boy mine. They're up to cutting you out of your father's estate. Now that we know Big Daddy's dying of cancer.
Do we?
Do what?
No, Big Daddy's dying of cancer.
Yep, got the report just now. Didn't surprise me, baby. I recognized the symptoms as soon as we got here last spring. And I'm willing to bet you that Brother Man and his wife did too. That more than likely explains why that usual summer migration to the coolness of the Great Smokies was passed up this summer in favor of hustling down here with their whole screaming tribe. And why so many allusions have been made to Rainbow Hill lately. You know what Rainbow Hill is? Place that's famous for treating alcoholics and dope fiends in the movies.
I'm not in the movies.
No, and you don't take dope. Otherwise, you're a perfect candidate for Rainbow Hill, baby. And that's where they aim to shoot. Over my dead body. Yep. Over my dead body, they'll shoot you there. Nothing would please them better. And Brother Man could get a hold of the purse strings and get power of attorney and cut off all credit wherever, whenever he wanted. Son of a bitch. How'd you like that, baby? Well, you've just been doing everything in your power to bring it about. You've just been doing everything you can to aid and abet them in this scheme of theirs. Quitting work, devoting yourself to the occupation of drinking, breaking your ankle last night on the high school athletic field, doing what? Jumping hurdles at 2 or 3 in the morning. Just fantastic. Got at the paper, Clarksville Register care. A nice little item about it. A human interest story about a well-known former athlete staging a one-man track meet on the glorious Hill High School athletic field last night. But was slightly out of condition and didn't clear the first hurdle. Brother Man Goober claims he exercised his influence in keeping it from going out of the AP, UP, every goddamn. Rick, you still have one big advantage.
Did you say something, Maggie?
Big Daddy dotes on you, honey. You can't stand Brother Man and Brother Man's wife, that monster fertility maid. Well, she's downright odious to him. You know how I know? By little expressions that flicker over his face when that woman is holding forth on one of her topics, such as how she refused twilight sleep when the twins were delivered. Because motherhood is an experience you ought to experience fully in order to fully appreciate the wonder and the beauty of it. Ha! How does she make Brother Man stand beside her in the delivery room so he wouldn't miss out on the wonder and beauty of it either. Deucing those no-neck monsters. Big Daddy shares my attitude toward those two. And as for me, well, I give him a laugh now and then. He tolerates me. In fact, I sometimes suspect Big Daddy harbors a little unconscious lech for me.
What makes you think Big Daddy has a lech for you?
Maybe he drops his eyes down my body when I'm talking to him. Drops his eyes to my boobs and licks his old chops.
That kind of talk is disgusting.
Oh, did anybody ever tell you you're an ass-aching Puritan brick? I think it's mighty fine that old fella on the doorstep of death still takes in my shape with what I think is deserved appreciation. And you want to know something else? Big Daddy didn't know how many little Mays and Goofers had been produced. How many kids you got? He asked at the supper table as if Brother Man and his wife were new acquaintances to him. Big Mama said he was joking, but that old boy wasn't joking, Lord no. And when they informed him that they had 5 already and the number 6 was coming, the news seemed to come as a sort of unpleasant surprise to him. Scream, monsters! Yes, you should have been at that supper table, baby. You know, Big Daddy, bless his old sweet soul, he's the dearest old thing in the world, but he does hunch over his food as if he preferred not to notice anything else. Well, May and Goofy were side by side at the dinner table directly across from Big Daddy, and I want you to know that not once, for one moment, did they stop exchanging pokes and pinches and kicks and signs and signals. Well, even Big Mama, bless her old sweet soul, she isn't the quickest and the brightest thing in the world. She finally noticed at last and said, "Goodbye, what are you and May making all these signs at each other about?" I swear to goodness, I nearly choked on my chicken. What?
Nothing.
You know, your brother Gooper still cherishes the illusion that he took a giant step on the social ladder when he married Miss May Flynn of the Memphis Flynn's. But I've got a piece of Spanish news for Gooper. The Flynns never had a thing in this world but money, and they lost it. They were nothing at all but fairly successful climbers. Old Papa Flynn, he barely escaped doing time in the federal pen for shady manipulations on the stock market when his chain stores crashed. And as for May, having been a cotton commodore queen, as they remind us so often lest we forget, well, that's one on I don't envy her for. Sit on a brass throne on a tack float, ride down Main Street, smiling, bowing, blowing kisses to all the trash on the street. Well, year before last, when Susie McPheeters was singled out for that honor, do you know what happened to her? Do you know what happened to poor little Susie McPheeters?
No, what happened to little Susie McPheeters?
Somebody spit tobacco juice in her face.
Somebody spit tobacco juice in her
That's
face?
right, some old drunk leaned out the window of the Hotel Gayoso and yelled, "Hey, Queen, hey there, Queenie." Susie looked up, flashed him a radiant smile, and he swore to spit a tobacco juice right in poor Susie's face.
What would you know about that?
What do I know about that? I was there. I saw it.
Must have been kind of funny.
Well, Susie didn't think so. She had hysterics. She screamed like a banshee. They had to stop the parade and remove her from her throne and go with... Why are you looking at me like that?
Like what, Maggie?
Well, you were looking at me just now before I caught your eye in the mirror and you looked away. I don't know how to describe it. It froze my blood. I've caught you looking at me like that so often lately. What are you thinking of when you look at me like that?
I was conscious I was looking at you, Maggie.
Well, I was conscious of it. What were you thinking?
I don't remember thinking anything,
Don't
Maggie.
you think I know? Don't you think I know
Know what, Maggie?
that I've gone through this hideous transformation? Become hard, frantic, cruel. That's what you observe in me lately. How can you help but observe it? That's all right. I'm not thin-skinned anymore. I can't afford to be thin-skinned anymore. But Brick.
Did you say something?
I was gonna say something. That I get lonely. Very.
Everybody gets that.
Living with someone you love can be lonelier than living entirely alone if the one that you love doesn't love you.
Do you like to live alone, Maggie?
No! God, I wouldn't. Did you have a nice shower?
Uh-huh.
Is the water cool?
No.
I bet it made you feel fresh, huh?
Fresher?
I know something that make you feel fresh.
What?
An alcohol rub, a cologne. A rub with cologne.
It's good after a workout, Maggie, but I've been working out.
Kept in good shape, though.
Think so, Maggie?
I always thought drinking men lost their looks, but I was plain mistaken.
Why, thanks, Maggie.
The only drinking man I know that never seems to put fat on.
I'm getting softer, Maggie.
Well, sooner or later it's bound to soften you up. It was just beginning to soften up Skipper when he... Oh, I'm sorry. I never could keep my fingers off the soil. I wish you'd lose your looks. If you did, it would make the martyrdom of Saint Maggie a little more bearable, but no such goddamn luck. I actually think you've gotten better looking since you've gone on the bottom. A person that didn't know you would think that you never had a tense nerve in your body or a strained muscle. You have that rare sort of charm that usually only happens in the very old or the hopelessly sick. Charm of the defeated. You look so cool, so cool, so enviably cool. Playing croquet. The moon has appeared and it's white. It's just beginning to turn a little yellow. You know, if I thought that you would never make love to me again, I would go down to the kitchen and get the longest and the sharpest knife I could find and stick it straight into my heart. I swear that I would. But the one thing I don't have is the charm of the defeated. My hat is still in the ring, and I'm determined to win. What is the victory? A cat on a hot tin roof. Wish I knew. Staying on it, I guess. As long as she can. What were you thinking of when I caught you looking at me like that? Were you thinking of Skipper? Oh, excuse me, forgive me, but the laws of silence don't work. No, the laws of silence don't work. When something is festering in your memory or your imagination, the laws of silence don't work. It's just like shutting a door and locking it on a house on fire in hopes of forgetting that the house is burning. But not facing a fire doesn't put it out. Silence about a thing just magnifies it, it festers it, it grows in silence, and it becomes malignant.
Drop my crutch.
Get dressed.
Give me my crutch.
Lean on my shoulder.
I don't want your shoulder.
Lean on me.
I don't want to lean on your shoulder. I want my crutch. Now, are you going to give me my crutch?
Here! Take it. We mustn't scream at each other. The walls in this house have ears. That's the first time I've heard you raise your voice in a long time, Greg. A crack in the wall of composure. I think that's a good sign. A sign of nerves and a player on the defense.
Just hasn't happened yet.
What?
Think I get in my head when I've had enough of this stuff to make me peaceful? Would you do me a favor?
Maybe I will. What favor?
Just keep your voice down.
I'll do you that favor. I'll speak in a whisper, if not shut up completely. If you'll do me a favor, make that drink your last till after the party.
Party.
Big Daddy's birthday party.
Is this Big Daddy's birthday?
You know this is Big Daddy's birthday.
No, I don't. I forgot it.
Well, I remembered it for you.
Good for you, Maggie.
Just have to scribble a few lines on this card.
You scribble something, Maggie.
It's got to be your handwriting. It's your present. I've already given him my present.
I didn't
It's got to
get
be
him
your
a
handwriting.
present.
I got one for you.
All right then, you write the card then.
And happen to know you didn't remember his birthday?
I didn't remember his birthday.
You don't have to prove you didn't.
I don't want to fool him about it.
Just write love Brick, for God's sake.
No.
You have to.
I don't have to do anything I don't want to do. You keep on forgetting the conditions on which I agreed to stay on living with you.
I'm not living with you. We occupy the same cage.
You got to remember the conditions agreed on.
They're impossible conditions. Somebody out there? Somebody at the door? May I enter a moment? Oh, you. Sure, come on in, sister woman. Brick, is this thing yours? My sister woman? That's my Diana trophy. I won it at the intercollegiate archery contest on the old Miss campus. It's a mighty dangerous thing to leave exposure in a house full of normal red-blooded children attracted to weapons. Normal red-blooded children attracted to weapons ought to be taught to keep their hands off things that don't belong to them. Maggie, honey, if you had children of your own, you'd know how funny that is. Would you please lock this up with the key out of reach? Sister woman, no one is plotting the destruction of your kitties. Rick and I still have our special archer's license, and we're going hunting on Moon Lake as soon as the season opens up. How's the injured ankle, Brad?
Doesn't hurt, just itches.
Oh my. Rick, you should have been downstairs after supper. Kitties put on a show. Pollitt played piano, Buster and Sonny drums, and then they turned out the lights, and Dixie and Trixie performed a toe dance in fairy costume with sparklers. Big Daddy just beamed. He just beamed. Oh, I bet. Sorry we missed it. But May, why'd you give dogs names to all your kitties? Dogs names? Dixie, Trixie, Sonny, Buster, Polly. Sounds like 4 dogs in a pair. An animal act in a circus. Maggie, why are you so catty? Because I'm a cat. Real. Why can't you take a joke, sister woman? Nothing pleases me more than a joke that's funny. You know the real names of our kitties. Buster's real name is Robert. Sonny's real name is Saunders. Trixie's real name is Molly.
Hey, Meg.
And Dixie.
Sister woman, intermission is over.
Oh, English is over. See you later.
How's your liquor supply holding up, buddy?
I wonder what Dixie's real name is.
Maggie, being catty doesn't help things any.
I know. Why am I so catty? Because I'm consumed with envy and I'm eaten up with longing. Rick, I'm going to lay out your silk shantung suit from Rome and one of your monogram silk shirts. I'll put your cufflinks in it, those lovely star sapphires I get you to wear so rarely.
Can't get on trousers over this plastic cast.
Yes, you can. I'll help you.
I'm not getting dressed, Maggie.
Will you at least put on a pair of silk pajamas?
Yes, I can do that.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Don't mention it.
Rick, how long does this have to go on? This punishment? Haven't I done time enough? Haven't I served my term? Can I apply for a pardon?
Maggie, you are spoiling my liquor. Lately, your voice always sounds like you've been running up the stairs to warn somebody the house is on fire.
Well, no wonder, no wonder. You know what I feel like, Rick? I feel like all the time, like a cat on a hot tin roof.
Then jump off. Jump off it. Cats can jump off roofs and land on their 4 feet uninjured.
Oh, yes.
Do it, for God's sake, do it.
Do what?
Take a lover.
I can't see any man but you. Even with my eyes closed, I just see you. Why don't you get ugly, Rick? Why don't you get fat or ugly or something so I can stand it? Concert's still going on. Bravo, no next. Bravo.
Would you lock the door, Flo?
To give us a little privacy for a while.
Maggie, you know better.
No, I don't know better.
Make a fool of yourself.
I don't mind making a fool of myself over you.
I mind. I feel embarrassed for you.
Feel embarrassed. Don't continue my torture. I can't go on living under these circumstances.
Let go!
Son? Son? Oh, son!
What is it, Big Mama?
Oh, son, we just got the most wonderful news about all right. I've seen Brick not dressed before. Oh, come on. Open this door. Where's Brick? Brick, come on out of there, son. I just got some wonderful news and I only got a second to tell you. I hate locked doors in a house.
I've noticed you do, Big Mama, but people have to have some moments of privacy, don't they?
No, ma'am, not my house. What'd you take your dress off for? I thought that little white dress was so sweet on you.
I thought it looked sweet on me too, but one of those cute little table partners used it as a napkin.
What?
Oh, Big Mama, you know, May and Goop is so, oh, thanks, Big Mama, thank you. May and Goop is so touchy about those children, you don't dare suggest there's any room for improvement.
Brick, hurry on out of there. Maggie, you just don't like children.
I do so like children, adore them. Well brought up.
Well, why don't you have some and bring them up well then, instead of all the time picking on Gooper and Maze?
Hey, Big Mama. Betsy and you gotta go. They wait until you goodbye.
Tell them to hold their horses. I'll be right out in a minute.
Yes, ma'am.
Brick, can you hear me in there, son? We just got the final report from the laboratory, the Oshner Clinic. Completely negative, son. Everything negative right on down the line. There's absolutely nothing wrong with it but a little functional thing called a spastic colon. Can you hear me in there, son?
He can hear you, Big Mama.
Well, why don't he say something? God almighty, news like that should make him shout. Made me shout, I can tell you. I shouted and sobbed and fell right down on my knees. See the news and the bruises I got on my kneecaps. Took both doctors to haul me back on my feet. Big Daddy was furious with me. But ain't that wonderful news? After all the anxiety we've had to get a report like that on Big Daddy's birthday. Big Daddy tried to hide what a load it took off his mind, but he didn't fool me. He was mighty close to crying himself.
Hey, Mama, come on, let's go.
Oh, you hold those people down there. Don't let them go. Now you get dressed. We're all coming up to this room for Big Daddy's birthday party on account of your ankle. How's his ankle, Maggie?
Well, he broke it, Big Mama.
I know he broke it. I want to know, does it hurt him still yet or not?
Well, you'll have to ask Rick if it hurts him still much or not.
Big Mama, come on down. Betsy and you can't wait no longer.
I'm coming. Shoot. Stop playing so dumb. I mean, has he been drinking that stuff much yet?
Well, I think he had a highball after supper.
Don't laugh about it. Some single men stop drinking when they get married. Others start. Rick never touched liquor before he
That's not fair.
Fair or not fair? I want to ask you a question. One question. Do you make Rick happy in bed?
Why don't you ask him if he makes me happy in bed?
Because I know that
It works both ways.
something's not right here. Your child, listen, my son drinks. When a marriage goes on the rocks are there. Right there.
That's not fair. Oh. You. Maggie the Cat.
Did Mama go?
She's gone. You know, our sex life didn't just peter out in the usual way. It was cut off short, long before the natural time for it to. And it's going to revive again, I'm confident of it. That's what I'm keeping myself attractive for. For the time when you'll see me again like other men see me. Yes, like other men see me. They still see me, Brick, and they like what they see. Some of them would give their. Look, Brick, how high my body stays on me. Nothing is falling on me, not a fraction. Other men still want me. My face looks strange sometimes, but I still turn heads on the streets. Why, last week in Memphis, there wasn't a man I met or walked by that didn't just eat me up with his eyes and turn around to take a second look at me. But Alice's party for her New York cousins, the best looking man in the crowd followed me upstairs to the powder room and tried to force his way in. Followed me to the door and tried to force his way in.
Why didn't you let him in, Maggie?
Because I'm not that common, for one thing. Not that I wasn't almost tempted to. Would you like to know who it was? It was Sonny Boy Maxwell, that's who.
Oh yeah, Sonny Boy Maxwell. He's a pretty good end runner, but then he had a little injury to his back and had to quit.
He has no injury now, and has no wife. Still has a lech for me.
See no reason to lock him out of a powder room in that case?
And have somebody catch me at it? Well, I'm not that stupid. Oh, I might sometime cheat on you with someone since you're so insultingly eager to have me do it. But if I do, it'll be in a time and a place where only me and that man will ever know. Because I'm not going to give you any reason to divorce me for being unfaithful or anything else.
I wouldn't divorce you for being unfaithful or anything else. Hell, don't you know that? You're relieved to find out you finally found yourself a lover.
Well, I'm taking no chances, nope. I'd rather stay on this hot tin roof.
Hot tin roof's an uncomfortable place to stay.
Yeah, but I can stay on it just as long as I have to.
Believe me, Maggie.
I don't want to, and will not. Separation would cost you, and what have you got? But what you get from Big Daddy, he's dying of cancer.
Mama said he was and said the report was okay.
It's because she got the same story they gave Big Daddy. And she was just as taken in by it as he was, those poor old things. Tonight they're going to tell the truth. When Big Daddy goes to bed, they're going to tell her that he's dying of cancer. It's malignant and it's terminal.
Daddy know yet?
Hell, do they ever know? Nobody says you're dying. Got to fool them. Got to fool themselves.
Why?
Why? Because human beings dream of life everlasting. That's the reason. Only most of them want it on earth and not in heaven. Well, that's how it is anyhow. Where did I put down my cigarette? Well, burn up the home place. At least not with May and Goopa and the 5 monsters in it. So this is Big Daddy's last birthday. May and Goopa, they know it. Oh, they know it all right. That's why they rush down here with their 5 no-neck monsters. Because, you know something? Big Daddy's made no will. Big Daddy hasn't made out any will in his life. And so this campaign is afoot to impress him as forcefully as possible with the fact that you drink and I bore no children. You know, I'm fond of Big Daddy. I generally am. I'm generally fond of that old man, you know.
Yes, I know you are.
I always admired him in spite of his coarseness, his 4-letter words and so forth. Because Big Daddy is who he is. He makes no bones about it. He hasn't turned gentleman farmer. He's still a Mississippi redneck. As much of a redneck as he must have been when he was just overseer here on the old Jack Straw and Peter Cello place. He got a hold of it. He built into the biggest of the finest plantation on the Delta. I've always liked Big Daddy. Well, this is Big Daddy's last birthday. I'm sorry about it. But I'm facing the facts. It takes money to take care of a drinker. And that's the office I've been elected to lately.
You don't have to take care of me.
Yes, I do. 2 people in the same boat have got to take care of each other. At least you want more money to buy more Echo Springs when the supply is exhausted. Will you be satisfied with a 10-cent beer? May and Goopa planted to freeze us out of Big Daddy's estate. Because you drink, and I'm childless. We can defeat that plan, Rick. We're gonna defeat that plan. Rick, you know I've been so damn disgustingly poor all my life. That's the truth, Rick.
I'm not saying it isn't.
I always had to suck up to people I couldn't stand because they had money and I was poor as Job's turkey. You don't know what it's like, Rick. You have to suck up to relatives that you hated. Because they had money and all you had were a few hand-me-down clothes and a few old molded 3% government bonds. The year I came out, when I made my debut, I had 2 evening dresses. One mother made me from a pattern and bow, and the other hand-me-down from a snotty rich cousin I hated. The dress I married you in, it was my grandmother's wedding gown. So that's why I'm like a cat on a hot tin roof. You can be young without money, but you can't be old without it. You've got to be old with money, because to be old without it is just too awful. You've got to be one or the other. Either young or with money. You can't be old and be without it. That's the truth, Rick. But I'm dressed. I'm all dressed and there's nothing else for me to do. Dressed, all dressed. I know I've made no mistakes. Whatever. Oh, my bracelets. I thought a whole lot about it. Now I know when I've made my mistake. Yes, I made my mistake when I told you about that thing with Skipper. I never should have confessed it. A fatal error in telling you about that thing with Skipper.
Shut up about Skipper. I mean it, Maggie. Shut up about Skipper.
You have to understand that Skipper and I...
Maggie, you think that I'm not serious? Are you fooled by the fact that I'm saying this quiet? What you're doing is a dangerous thing to do. You're fooling with something that nobody ought to fool with.
This time, I'm gonna finish what I have to say to you. Skipper and I made love, if love you could call it, because it made us both feel a little closer to you. You see, son of a bitch, you ask too much of people. Of me, of him, of all the unlucky poor damn sons of bitches to happen to love you. You ask too goddamn much of people, you superior creature, you godlike being. So we made love to each other, to dream it was you. Both of us. Yes, both of us. Truth. Truth. What's so awful about it? I like it. I think the truth is that, yeah, I should have told you.
It was Skipper who told me about it, not you,
I
Maggie.
told you.
After he told
What
me.
does it matter who?
Hey, girl! Hey, little
I
girl!
will go on telling you this in front of all
Go
of them
tell
if I have to.
everyone to come upstairs!
Because it's got to be told. And you,
Go on, will you?
you never let me.
Call them!
It was one of those beautiful, ideal things they tell about in the Greek legends. It couldn't be anything else. You being you. And that's what made it so sad. That's what made it so awful, because it was a love that never could be carried through to anything satisfying, even been talked about plainly. Brick, I tell you, Brick, you've got to believe me, Brick. I do understand about it. I think it was noble. Can't you tell I'm sincere when I say I respect it? The only point I'm trying to make is that life has got to be allowed to continue even if the dream of life is all over. Look, I remember when we double dated in college, Gladys Fitzgerald and I, and you and Skipper. It was more like a date between you and Skipper. Gladys and I were just sort of tagging along as if it was necessary to chaperone you to make a good public impression.
Do you want me to hit you with this crutch? Don't you know I could kill you with this crutch?
I would care if you did.
One man has one great good thing in his life that is true. One great good thing that is true. I have friendship with Skipper, and you are naming it dirty.
I'm not naming it dirty. I'm naming it clean.
Not love with you, Maggie, but friendship with Skipper was the one good thing I had, and you are naming it dirty.
And you haven't been listening. I'm naming it so damn clean that it killed poor Skipper. You two had something that had to be kept on ice, yes. Incorruptible, yes. And death was the only ice box where you could keep it.
I married you, Maggie. Why would I marry you if I'm not?
Don't bring me yet. Let me finish. way that summer when we graduated out of Ole Miss and we were happy, weren't we? We were blissful, yes. We hit heaven together every time that we loved. But that fall, you and Skipper kept turning down wonderful job offers in order to be football heroes. Pro football heroes. You organized the Dixie Stars that fall so you could keep on being teammates forever. But something wasn't right with it. Skipper began hitting the bottle. You got a spinal injury. You couldn't play the Thanksgiving game in Chicago. Watched it on TV from a traction bed in Toledo. I joined Skipper. Dixie Stars lost because poor Skipper was drunk. We drank together that night, all night in the bar, the Blackstone. When the cold day was coming up over the lake, and we were coming out drunk to take a dizzy look at it, I said, Skipper, stop loving my husband or tell him he's got to let you admit it to him one way or the other. He slapped me hard on the mouth and then turned and ran without stopping once, I'm sure, all the way back to his room at the Blackstone. When I came to his room that night, with a little scratch like a shy little mouse at his door, he made that pitiful, ineffectual little attempt to prove that what I had said wasn't true. In this way, I destroyed him by telling him truth. That he and his world that he was born and raised in, yours and his world, had told him could not be told. Who shot Cock Robin? I with my merciful arrow! Woo! You missed me. I'm sorry, Rick. I'm not trying to whitewash my behavior. Christ, no. I'm not good. I don't know why people try to pretend to be good. Nobody's good. The rich or the well-to-do can afford to respect moral patterns, but I can never afford to. Yeah, but I'm honest. Give me credit for just that. I'm born poor, raised poor, and expect to die poor unless I manage to get us something out of what Big Daddy leaves when he dies of cancer. Skipper's dead. I'm alive. Maggie the Cat is alive. I'm alive. Why? Rick, I've been to a doctor in Memphis, gynecologist. I've been completely examined, and he says that there's no reason why we can't have a child anytime we want one. And this is my time on the calendar to conceive. Are you listening to me? Are you listening to me?
Yeah, I hear you, Maggie. How in the hell on earth do you expect to have a child by a man who can't stand you?
That boy of mine is a problem I'll just have to work out.
Hello, Brick.
Hello, Big Daddy. Congratulations.
Crap.
Has 3 memorial windows, and the latest is a Tiffany stained glass window, costs $2,500. Picturing Christ, a good shepherd with a lamb in his arms.
Who give that one to preach?
Clyde Fletcher's widow also presented St. Paul's with a baptismal font.
You know what? Somebody ought to give your churches a cooling system, preach.
Yes, sir, Bob. Woo. Oh, you know what Gus Ammer's family gave in his memory to the Church of Two Rivers? A complete new stone parish house with a basketball court in the basement and a bar in the bedroom. Praise Jesus.
Hey, preacher, what's all this talk about memorials, preach? Think somebody's about to kick off around here? Is that it? Hey, preacher, you ever hear that expression, all honk and no spit? That's what you remind me of, that dry copier. All hawk and no spit.
Shots, and the hepatitis shots, and the polio shots. They had those shots every month from May through September. And Goober, hey Goober, what have all the kids been shot for?
Everything but stealing chickens, I guess.
How's that ankle, Rick?
Get you some.
You miss football, don't you? Well, it hurt much you put weight on it?
Some.
Uh-huh. You know what's funny is that's the same leg you tore up in the Bama State game. Now what's the score of that game? It was 20 to... A hell of a team you and Skipper.
Join the hi-fi group, and let's have some music to start off the party with.
We gave him that thing for the 3rd anniversary present. You got 3 speakers in it.
Turn that damn thing off.
Rick, pass my precious baby.
Sorry, turn it back on.
Oh, here he is. Here's my precious baby. Oh, what's that you got in your hand? You put that liquor down, son. Your hand was made for holding something better than that.
Well, look at old Brick put it down.
Bad boy, you're my bad little boy. Give Big Mama a kiss, you bad boy, you. Oh, look at him shy away, will you? Rick never was one for being kissed or made a fuss over. I guess that's because he's always had too much of it. Now, what am I doing sitting over here? I want to sit over there by my sweetheart so I can hold his hand and love him up a little bit. Preacher, hey, Preach, come on over here and give me your hand and help me up out of this chair.
Now, none of your tricks, Big Mama.
Oh, what tricks? Come on, give me your hand and help me up.
Okay.
Hey, ever seen a preacher in an old lady's lap? Hey, have you ever seen a preacher in an old lady's lap?
Big Mama, will you quit horsing? You're courting a stroke when you mess around like that.
Oh, Big Daddy, how about a birthday kiss, sweetheart? Hey, everybody. Y'all know the first time Big Daddy kissed me, I fainted. It's a fact. Isn't that so, honey? Y'all know how he proposed to me? I was 4 months swole with Gooper. And Big Daddy said, "That's my kid, ain't it?" It was pretty funny. I never had a beau until I met your father. He said, "I want him. I need him. He ain't gonna have nobody's name but mine. Let's get the preacher. That's what marriage is for, family." Children are always mighty important to Big Daddy.
Big Mama, will you quit yammering?
Oh, he don't mean that. That's just the way he talks. I've been your one and only lover, haven't I,
Big
sweetheart?
Mama, will you be quiet?
Here comes Big Daddy's birthday cake.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
Happy
birthday, Big Daddy. Happy birthday to you.
Let's light your candle, Big Daddy, so you can make
Light it yourself and get that goddamn cake out of here.
I'll have Lacey serve the kiddies first.
Big Mama, what's wrong with you?
She's just so happy.
I'm just so happy, Big Daddy. I have to cry or something. Rick, did you hear the wonderful news that Dr. Ball got from the clinic about Big Daddy? Big Daddy's 100%.
Isn't that good news?
He's just 100%. He passed those examinations with flying colors. Now that we know there's nothing wrong with Big Daddy but a spastic colon, I can tell you something. I was worried sick, half out of my mind for fear that something, you know.
Rick, why don't you give Big Daddy his birthday present, honey?
Here it is. Here's your birthday present, Big
This is Big Daddy's biggest birthday ever. 100 presents
What
and
do you
bushes of telegrams.
I bet 550. Brick don't know what it is.
Oh, well, half the fun of a present's not knowing what it is till you open the package. Open your present, Big Daddy.
Open it yourself. I want to talk to Brett. Come over here, Brett.
I'm crippled, Big
I
Daddy.
can see you crippled. I want to know how you got crippled.
Oh, look, it's a cashmere robe.
You sound surprised, now.
Well, I've never seen one before.
Oh, that's funny.
Why is that funny? All my family ever had was family. Little luxuries such as cashmere robes still surprise me.
Quiet.
I don't see how you can be surprised when you bought it yourself at Lowenstein's in Memphis last Saturday. You know how I know?
Quiet.
I know because the sales girl that sold it to you waited on me and said, "Oh, Mrs. Pollitt, your sister-in-law just bought a cashmere robe for your husband's father."
Why, sister woman, your talents are wasted as a wife and mother. You ought to work for the FBI
Quiet.
or something.
The reaper running neck and neck.
Hey, preacher, I hope I'm not interrupting any more talk about memorials in my preaching.
Not at all.
No, preacher does all kinds of charity work, don't you, preacher? That must be awful hard for you.
Well, I love humanity. That's my reward.
Yeah, and if humanity returns your love, you might get a new stained glass window. Huh?
Big Daddy, now don't you pick on preacher.
Mosquitoes are active tonight.
You say something, little mama?
Oh, yes, I said, I wonder if we get eaten alive if we're not on gallery for a while.
Well, if you do, I'll have your bones pulverized for fertilizer.
We had an airplane spray the place last weekend. I think it done some good. At least I haven't had anybody.
Rick, they tell me if what they tell me is true, you done some jumping last night on the high school athletic field.
What was that, Big Daddy?
They said you done some jumping on the high school track field last night.
That's what they told me too.
Was it jumping or humping you was doing out there last night?
Now, Big Daddy, you are off the sick list, and I will not excuse you for talking so
Why?
nasty in front of the preacher.
I asked you, Britt, if you was getting yourself a piece of poontang last night on that city track. I thought maybe you was chasing poontang and tripped over something that heated the chase. Is that it?
Oh, I don't think so.
Reverend Tucker,
What was you doing out there at 3 o'clock in the morning?
let us walk.
Jumping the hurdles. Just running and jumping the hurdles. Those high hurdles have become too high for me now.
Because you was drunk.
Sober, I wouldn't have tried to jump the low ones.
I'd like to propose a toast to Big Daddy Pollitt on his 65th birthday.
I told you to quit this. Now quit it. Stop this crap.
Now, Big Daddy, I will not allow you to talk that way, not even on your
Talk
birthday.
like I want to. I on my birthday any other goddamn day of the year. Anybody here don't like it knows what they can do.
Come on, Big Daddy, you don't mean
What
that.
makes you think I don't mean it?
I just know you don't.
You don't know a goddamn thing and you never did.
Big Daddy, you don't mean that.
Yes, I do. Oh, yes, I do. I mean it. Now, I put up with a whole lot of crap around here because I thought I was dying. And you thought I was dying and you started taking over. Well, you can just stop taking over now, Ida, because I'm not going to die. You can just stop now this business of taking over because you're not taking over because I'm not dying. I went through the laboratory and the goddamn exploratory operation and there ain't nothing wrong with me but a spastic colon. And I ain't dying of cancer, which you thought I was dying of. Isn't that so right? Didn't you think I was dying of cancer? Isn't that so right? Didn't you have an idea I was dying of cancer? Now you can take control of this place and everything on. Got that impression? I seem to get that impression. Your loud voice everywhere, your busy old body butting in here and there.
Hush the preacher.
Fuck the preacher. Did you hear what I said? I said, fuck the goddamn preacher.
I've never seen you act like this. I can't think what's gotten into you.
I went through the laboratory and operation and all, just so I'd find out if you or me was boss here. Well, now it turns out I am and you ain't. And that's my birthday present. And my cake and champagne, because for 3 years now, you've been gradually taking over. Bossing, talking, sashaying your old butt around this place I made this place. I was overseer on it. I was overseer on the straw and Marcello plantation. I quit school at 10 years old and went to work picking cotton in the field. I rose to be overseer of the straw and Marcello plantation. Old Straw died, and I was Arcello's partner. And the place got bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. And I did all that myself with no goddamn help from you. Now you think you're just about to take over? I'm just about to tell you, you ain't just about to take over. You ain't just about to take over a goddamn thing. Is that clear to you, Ida? Is that very plain to you now? Is that understood completely?
Oh, Big Daddy.
What's the matter with you?
In all these years, you never believed I loved you.
Huh?
And I did. I did so much. I did love you. I even loved your hate and your hardness, Big Daddy.
Wouldn't it be funny if that was true? Brick! Hey, Brick! I didn't call you, Maggie. I called Brick.
I've just delivered it to you.
What'd you do that for?
Do what, Big Daddy?
Wipe her kiss off your mouth like she'd spit on.
I don't know, wasn't conscious of it.
Well, that woman of yours has a bit of shape on her than Goopa's, but somehow or other they got the same look about them.
What look is that, Big Daddy?
I don't know how to describe it, but it's the same look.
Don't look peaceful, do they?
No, they sure in hell don't. You know, it's funny you and Goopa, being so different, have picked the same kind of woman.
Both married into society, Big Daddy.
Crap. Wonder what gives them that look.
They're sitting in a big piece of land. 28,000 acres is a pretty big piece of land. So they're both squaring off on it, each determined to knock off a bigger piece than the other whenever it is that you let it go.
I got some news for them babies. I ain't gonna let it go for a long time if that's what they're waiting for.
That's right, Big Daddy. You just sit tight and let them scratch each other's eyes out.
You bet your life I'm gonna sit tight and let them sons of bitches scratch their eyes out. But Gooper's wife is a good breeder. You gotta admit she's fertile. Yeah, supper tonight, she had them all at the table. They had to put a couple of extra leaves in the table just to make room for them. She got 5 head of them now and another one coming.
Yep, number 6 is a coming.
6 hell, she'll probably drop a litter next time. Hey. Is there somebody out there?
Yep.
Who?
Someone interested in what we say to each other?
Gooper? Hey, Gooper!
Do you want Gooper, Big
Oh,
Daddy?
it's you.
Do you need Gooper?
No, and I don't need you. I need some privacy here while I'm having a confidential talk with my son Greg. Now, it's too hot to close them doors. But if I have to close them fucking doors in order to have a private talk with my son Greg, you just let me know and I'll close them. Because I hate eavesdroppers. I can't stand any kind of sneaking and spying.
Big Daddy, I was just standing.
There's nothing to spy, and you know it. Now I'm gonna move you and Goop out of this room next to there. None of your goddamn business what goes on here at night between brick and back. You listen at night like a couple of fucking peacock spies, and then you go and give a report on what you hear to Big Mama. And Jesus, it makes me puke.
Big Daddy, you are so unkind for some reason to those that really love you.
Shut up. Shut up.
So they listen, do they?
Yeah, they listen. And they give reports to Big Mama on what goes on in here. They say you won't sleep with Maggie, that you sleep on the sofa. Is that true or not true? If you don't like Maggie, get rid of Maggie. Where are you going?
Freshening up my drink.
Son, you know you got a real liquor problem?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, I do.
Is that why you quit sports announcing, because of that liquor problem?
Yes, sir. Yes, I guess so.
Son, don't guess about it. It's too important. And look at me when I'm talking to you. Life is important. A man that drinks is throwing his life away. Don't do it. Hold on to your life. Come over here and sit down so we don't have to shout. The walls in this place have ears.
All right, Big Daddy.
So, you quit, huh?
Yeah, just,
How'd that come about? Some disappointment?
I don't know, I just got out there and found out I had a mouthful of cotton. I was always 1 or 2 steps behind what was going on the field, so
Quit.
yes, quit.
Son. Oh. Man, I'm telling you, hold this fast and cold into something else. Son. Why is it so damn hard for people to talk?
Yeah. It's a nice, peaceful sounding clock. I'll have to hear it all night.
Yeah. We got that clock the summer we went to Europe, me and Big Mom. That damn Cook's tour. Never had such an awful time in my life. I'm telling you, son, that Europe is nothing on earth but a big auction. It's a bunch of worn out places. Whole fucking thing, just a big fire sale, that's all it is. Big Mama went wild in it. Why, you couldn't hold that woman with a mule's harness. Bought. Well, lucky I'm a rich man. Yes, sir, Bob. It's lucky I'm a rich man. Well, I'm a rich man, Brick. I'm a mighty rich man. Guess how much I'm worth, Brick? Guess. Go ahead. Close on $10 million in cash and blue chip stocks. Outside, mind you, of 28,000 acres of the richest land this side of the Valley Nile. A man can't buy his life with it. Can't buy back his life when his life is spent. That's one thing not offered in the Europe fire sales or the American market or any market on earth. Man can't buy his life with it. He can't buy back his life when his life is finished. That's a sobering thought. That's a very sobering thought. That's a thought I've been turning over in my head over and over until tonight. I'm sadder and wiser, Rick, for this experience I've just gone through. Something else I remember in Europe.
What was that, Big Daddy?
The hills around Barcelona in the country of Spain. And the children running over them bare hills in their bare skins, begging like starving dogs with howls and screeches. And how fat the priests are on the streets around Barcelona, so many of them, and so pleasant and so fat. You know, I could feed that country, I could. I got money enough to feed that goddamn country. But the human animal is a selfish beast, and I don't reckon the money I passed out to them starving children on the hills around Barcelona will more than pay to upholster one of the chairs in this room. I mean, pay to put a new cover on this chair. I threw money at them. Like you throw feed corn for chickens. I threw money at them just to get rid of them, long enough to climb into my car and cry.
Daddy, you sure on a talking jag tonight.
Yes, sir, that's how it is. Human animal is a beast that dies, but the fact that he's dying don't give him pity for others. No, sir.
My crutch.
Did you say something?
Yes, sir.
What?
Hand me over that crutch so I can get up.
Where you going?
Taking a short little trip to Echo Springs.
To where?
Thank you, Captain.
Yes, sir, boy, that's how it is. The human animal is a beast that dies. If he's got money, he buys and buys and buys. I think the reason he buys everything he can buy is in the back of his mind he has the crazy hope that one of his purchases will be life everlasting, which it never can be. Yes, sir, the human animal is a beast that dies.
Daddy, you sure are shooting the breeze here tonight.
I've been quiet here lately, spoke not a word. I sat and stared into space. I had something heavy weighing on my mind, but today, that load was took off me. That's why I'm talking. The sky looks different to me.
Know what I like to hear the most?
What?
Solid quiet. Perfect, unbroken quiet.
Why?
It's more peaceful.
Man, you hear a lot of that in the grave.
You talking to me?
Why are you so anxious to shut me up?
Well, sir, ever so often you say to me, Brick, I want to have a talk with you. When we talk, nothing is said, nothing materializes. You sit in a chair and you gas about this and that, and I look like I listen. I try to look like I listen, but I don't listen. Not much. Communication is awful hard between people, and between you and me, it just don't
Have you ever been scared? I mean, have you ever felt downright terror of something? Just a minute, I'm going to close these doors. Rick, son, I thought I had it.
How was Big Daddy?
Cancer! I thought the old man made out of bones had laid his cold and heavy hand on my shoulder.
Sure kept a tight mouth about it.
The pig squeals. A man keeps a tight mouth about it in spite of a man not having a pig's advantage.
What advantage is that?
Ignorance of mortality is a comfort. Men don't have that comfort. It's the only living thing that conceives of death, that knows what it is. All the others go without knowing, which is the way anything living should go, without knowing, without any knowledge of it. And yet, a pig squeals. But a man, he'd keep a tight mouth about it. Man, keep a tight mouth about it. I wonder, huh?
What, Big Daddy?
A whiskey highball would injure this spastic condition.
Sir, I think it might do it some good.
Jesus, I can't tell you, the sky's open. It's open again, Christ. It's open, boy. It's open.
Feeling better, Big Daddy?
Man, hell, I can breathe. All my life, I've been a doubled up fist, pounding, scratch, drive. Now, I'm going to open up them doubled up hands and touch things easy with them. You know what I'm contemplating?
Sir, what are you contemplating?
Pleasure. Pleasure with women. I'll tell you something you might not guess. I still have a desire for women, and this is my 65th birthday.
I find that mighty remarkable.
Remarkable?
Admirable, Big
Oh,
Daddy.
you're damn right it is. Remarkable and admirable both. I realize now I never had me enough. I let many chances slip by me because of of scruples about it. Scruples, conventions, crap. All that stuff is bull, bull, bull. Took the shadow of death to make me see it, but now that shadow has been lifted, and I'm gonna cut loose and have me, what is it they call it? A ball.
A ball.
A ball, that's right, a ball, a ball. Yeah, I slept with Big Mama till 5 years ago. Well, I was 60 and she was 58. Never liked her, never did.
Oh, don't you men hear that phone? Well, I can hear clear out
Big
on the
Mama,
gallery.
there are 7 phones in this house. Now, why'd you have to come into this room?
Oh, you.
Big Mama goes out of the room. I can't remember what that woman looks like.
Hello?
When she comes back in a room, whoo-hoo, I sees what she looks like and I wishes I didn't.
Hello, Miss Sally.
Hey, where you going?
Out for some air.
Not now, you ain't. You're gonna sit here till I tell you this conversation is over.
I thought it was over, Big
It
Daddy.
ain't even begun.
My mistake. Just wanted to feel that river breeze.
No, sir, you sat right back down.
Miss Sally, you're a case. You are a
Talking to my old maid sister.
Why didn't you give me a chance to explain it to you?
Rick, this stuff burns.
Well, goodbye now, Miss Sally. You come down real soon. Big Daddy's dying to see you.
Crap!
Yes, goodbye, Miss Sally. Oh, Big Daddy, you never guess who that was? That was Miss Sally called from Memphis again. You know what she done, Big Daddy? Miss Sally called her doctor in Memphis to get him to tell her what that spastic thing was. And then she
Hey,
called
Mama, I told you not to come in here. Now get out of here.
Oh, Big Daddy, you didn't mean those things you said to me earlier, did you? I just know you didn't, sweetheart. Sweetheart, you didn't mean those awful things you said to me now. I know you didn't mean them down in your heart.
All I ask of that woman is that she leave me alone. She can't admit to herself she disgusts me. Now, that comes from having slept with her too long. I should have quit much sooner, but that old lady, she never could get enough of it. And I was good and bad. You know, they say you got just so many in you, and each one is numbered. Oh, well, I got a few left in me. A few. I'm going to pick me a choice one to spend them on. I'm going to pick me a fine one to spend them on. I don't care how much she costs. I'll smother her in minks. I'll strip her naked and smother her in minks and choke her with diamonds. I'll strip her naked and choke her with diamonds and smother her with minks and hump her from hell to breakfast.
Who's that laughing
Big
in
Daddy
there?
laughing in there.
Crap! Them 2 drips. Yeah, Rick, boy, I'm happy, son. I'm happy, son. I'm happy. Why are you so restless? You got ants in your britches?
Yes, sir, I do.
Why?
Just hasn't happened yet.
What hasn't happened?
The click.
Did you say click?
Yes, click.
What click?
Click I get in my head, it makes me peaceful.
I don't know what the hell you're talking about, but it disturbs me.
It's a mechanical thing.
What's a mechanical thing?
This click I get in my head, it makes me peaceful. I got to drink until I hear it. It's like a switch. Turning the hot light off and the cool night on, and then there's peace.
Jesus. I didn't know it got that bad with you. Why, boy, you're alcoholic.
That's right, Big Daddy. I'm alcoholic.
Shows how I let things go.
Got to drink until I hear that click in my head. Usually it happens earlier than this, sometimes as early as noon. But today it is dilatory. Just haven't got the right level of alcohol in my bloodstream yet.
Mm-hmm. Expecting death made me blind. I didn't have no idea a son of mine was turning into a drunkard right under my nose.
Now you know. News has penetrated.
Uh-huh. Now I know. News has penetrated.
So you'll excuse me.
No, I won't excuse you.
Don't happen except for when I'm alone or talking to no one.
You got a long time, boy, to be alone and talk to no one. But right now you're talking to me. At least I'm talking to you. So you're going to sit there until I tell you this conversation is over.
This talk is like all the others we've ever had in our lives. It's no way. It's painful.
Right then, let it be painful, but don't you move from that chair. I'm going to remove this crutch.
hop on one foot, and if I fall, I can crawl.
You ain't careful, you're gonna crawl off this plantation, and then by Jesus, you'll hustle your drinks on Skid Row.
It'll come, Big Daddy.
No, it won't. You're my son. I'm gonna straighten you out. Now that I'm straightened out, I'm gonna straighten out you.
Yeah.
Now you stay here, you son of a bitch, until I say go. Sure in hell will, goddammit.
No, I can't. We talk. You talk in circles. It's nowhere. Nowhere. You always say you had something to say to me, but you never have a fucking thing to say to me.
Nothing to say to you. When I tell you you're gonna live, when I thought I was gonna die.
Oh, that. Is that what you have to say to me?
You son of a bitch, ain't that important?
No, now that's said.
Now you listen to me, boy.
No, y'all balled
Ain't
up.
balled up.
Oh, y'all balled
Don't
up.
tell me what I am, you drunken whelp.
Big Daddy.
I want you to know that I am the boss again here now. I am back in the driver's seat. You sit there. Now you tell me why. Why do you drink?
My crutch, Big Daddy.
No, you tell me why you drink.
I don't know, Big Daddy. Give me my crutch.
You better think why you drink or give up drinking.
Big Daddy, would you give me my crutch so I can get up off this
First,
wall?
you answer my question. Why do you drink? Why do you throw your life away, boy, like something disgusting you picked up on the street?
Big Daddy, I stepped on my foot. I heard this.
Good. I'm glad you're not too numb with liquor to feel some pain.
You spilled my drink.
I'll make a bargain with you. You tell me why you drink, and I'll pour you one. I'll get the liquor myself and pour it.
Why do I drink?
Yes, why?
Drink and I'll tell you.
First, you answer my question.
I'll tell you in one word.
What word?
Disgust. How about that drink?
You gotta tell me what you're disgusted with first. Otherwise, being disgusted don't make no sense.
Give me my crutch.
You heard me. Answer my question
I
first.
said to kill my disgust!
Disgust with what?
I can hop on one foot, and if I fall, I can crawl.
You want liquor that bad?
Yes, I want it that bad.
If I pour you a drink, will you tell me what you're disgusted with, Britt?
I'll try to. Have you ever heard of the word mendacity?
Sure. Mendacity is one of them $5 words cheap politicians throw back and forth at each other.
You know what it means?
Don't it mean lying and lying?
Yeah, lying and liars.
Somebody been lying to you, Britt?
Hey, Trixie's ready to play piano for you.
Go quick, get out of here.
Excuse me.
Who's been lying to you? Has your wife been lying to you? Has Margaret been lying to you about something?
Not her, that wouldn't matter.
Then who and about what?
It's not one person and not one lie.
Then what? What then, for Christ's sake?
It's the whole.
Why are you rubbing your head? You got a headache?
No, I'm trying.
Concentrate, but you can't because your brain's too soaked with liquor. Is that the problem? Wet brain? What do you know about this mendacity thing? Hell, I could write a book on it. Don't you know that? I could. I could write a book on it and still not cover the subject. I could write a goddamn book on it and not cover the subject anywhere near enough. Think of all the lies I've had to put up with. Pretenses, ain't that mendacity? Having to pretend stuff you don't think or feel or have any idea of. Having, for instance, to pretend like I care for Big Mama. I haven't been able to stand the sight, sound, or smell of that woman for 40 years. Even when I laid her regular as a piston. Tend to like that son of a bitch of his Gooper and his wife May and then 5 same screechers out there like parrots in the jungle can't stand the sight of them. Church bores the beat Jesus out of me, but I go, listen to that damn fool preacher. Clubs, Elks, Masons, Rotary, crap! You, I do like for some reason. Always did have a real feeling for. It's respect, affection, always. You and being a success as a planter is all I've had any devotion to my entire life, and that's the truth. I don't know why, but it is. I've lived with mendacity. Why can't you live with it? Hell, you gotta live with it. There's nothing else to live with but mendacity, is there?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. There is something else you can live with.
What?
This.
That's not living. That's dodging away from life.
I want to dodge away from it.
Well, then why don't you kill yourself?
I like to drink.
Jesus, I can't talk to you.
Sorry, Big Daddy.
Not as sorry as I am. I'll tell you something. A little while back, I thought my number was up. Boy, I found out it was just this spastic cold, and I thought about you. Should I not? If the jig was up, leave you this place when I die. I hate Goopa and them 5 monkeys and that bitch Meg. Why? Should I turn over 28,000 acres of the richest land this side of the Valley Nile to not my kind? But why in hell, on the other hand, Rick? Should I subsidize a goddamn fool on a bottom, liked or not liked? Well, maybe even loved. Why should I do that? Subsidize worthless behavior, rot, corruption.
I understand.
If you do, you're smarter than I am, goddamn. I don't understand. And this, I will tell you frankly, I didn't make up my mind on that subject. And still to this day, I ain't made out no will. Now I don't have to. Pressure is gone. I can just wait and see if you pull yourself together or if you don't.
That's right, Big Daddy.
Sound like you thought I was kidding.
No, I know you're not kidding.
But you don't care.
No, sir, I don't care.
Wait, Britt. Don't let's leave it like this. Like all them other talks we've had, we've always just talked around things. For some fucking reason, I don't know what, we just talked around things. It's like something was left unspoken, something avoided, because neither one of us was honest enough with the other.
I never lied to you, Big
Did I
Daddy.
ever to you?
No, sir.
And there's at least 2 people who never lied to each other.
Yes, sir, but we never talked to each other.
Cam, now.
Seem to be anything much to say.
You say you drink to kill your disgust with lying.
You said to give you a reason.
Is liquor the only thing that'll kill that disgust?
Yeah.
But not once, huh?
Not when I was still young and believing. A drinking man's one who wants to forget he isn't still young and believing.
Believing what?
Believing.
Believing what?
Believing.
I don't know what the hell you mean by believing, and I don't think you know what the hell you mean by believing. If you still got sports in your blood, go back to sports announcing. I'll get you your job back.
Sit in a glass box watching games I can't play in. Describing what I can't do while other players are doing it. Sweating out their disgust and their confusion in contests I'm not fit for. Drinking a Coke, half bourbon so I could stand it. It's no damn good anymore, Big Daddy. Time just outran me and got there first.
I think you're passing the buck.
You know many drinking men?
I've known a fair number of that species.
Any of them tell you why he drank?
Uh-huh. You're passing the buck to things like time and disgust with mendacity and crap. You gotta use that kind of language about a subject. It's 90 proof bull, and I ain't buying it.
I had to give you a reason to get a drink.
What'd you say?
I said I had to give you a reason to get a drink.
Started drinking when your friend Skipper died.
What do you suggest?
Suggested nothing, but me and Goopa suggested there was something not right.
Not right.
Well, something not quite normal in your friendship with
So
Skipper.
they're suggesting that too. I thought that was Maggie's suggestion. Who else is it yours? How many others thought that Skipper and I...
Now hold on, son. I bummed around my time.
What has that got to do with
Bummed
anything?
around my time. I slept in rare
think so too. You're calling your son a queer. Oh, maybe that's why you put Maggie and me in this room. That was Jack Straw and Pete O'Cello's, in which that pair of old sisters slept in a double bed where both of them died.
Don't you go throwing stones at something. You go, preacher, where you going?
Gentleman's lavatory?
Preacher, I want you to go back out on the gallery and go to the other end of the gallery and use the bathroom connected with my bedroom. And if you can't find it, you ask somebody where it is.
Thanks.
Hard to talk in this place. Look, Rick, I can understand. I can understand anything. Hell, when I got here in 1910, jumped off a yellow dog freight car half a mile down the road. I'd hawked my gear, worn my shoes through, slept in a wagon of cotton outside the gym. Jack Straw and Pete O'Cello took me in and hired me to run the place that turned into this one. Jack Straw died. Old Pete O'Cello stopped eating like a dog does when his master's dead and died too.
Christ.
No, all I'm saying is I understand something.
Skipper is dead. I have not quit eating.
No, but you started drinking.
You think so too? Shh. You think so too? You think me and Skipper did sodomy together?
No, all
Is
I'm
that what
saying,
you
no,
think?
no.
You think we did dirty things together, Skipper and me? Is that what you think of Skipper? Is that what you think of me? Straw, O'Cello, pair of fucking sissies, queers. Is that what you think?
Oh, Jesus! Quiet. Son, take my hand.
I don't want your hand.
Well, I want yours, goddammit. Now get up, you're sweating. You're panting like you run a race with the devil.
You shocked me, Big Daddy. You shocked me. Talking so casually about a thing like that. Don't you know how people feel about things like that? How disgusted they are with things like that. Why, Ole Miss, when it was discovered that a pledge to our fraternity, Skipper's and mine, attempted to do an unnatural thing, we not only dropped him like a hot rock, we told him to get off campus, and he did. He gone. All the way to
Where?
North Africa, last I heard.
I've just come back from further away from that. I've just come back from the other side of the moon. Death's country. I ain't easy to shock by anything I see here. Always, anyhow, live with too much space around me to be infected by the ideas of other people. One thing you can grow on a big place, more important than cotton, is tolerance. I've grown.
Why can't exceptional friendship, real, deep friendship between two men be thought of as anything but berries?
I think I told me.
Oh, fuck May and Goopa! Fuck all dirty lies and lies. What Skip and I had was a clean, true friendship practically all our lives. Until Maggie got the idea that you're talking about now. No? It was too rare to be normal. Any true thing between two people's too rare to be normal. Once in a while, he put his hand on my shoulder, and I put mine on his. Maybe when we were touring the country in pro football and we shared hotel rooms, we'd reach across the space in between the beds to shake hands and say goodnight. Yeah, once or twice.
Fred,
maybe.
nobody's saying that's not normal.
They're mistaken it was. It was a true thing, and that's not normal.
Yeah. It's hard to talk.
Let's let it go.
No, sir. No, sir. Why did Skipper crack up? Why have you?
talk you want. It's too late to stop it now. We got to carry it through and cover every subject. Maggie declares that Skip and I went into pro football after Ole Miss because we were too scared to grow up. To keep on tossing those long, high passes that couldn't be intercepted except by time. The aerial attack that made us famous. We did. We did. We kept it up for one season. Oh, we held it high. That summer, Maggie, she laid down the law to me. She said, now or never. So I married Maggie.
How was Maggie in bed?
Great. The greatest. She went on the road that fall with the Dixie Stars. Oh, she made a show of being the world's greatest sport. She wore a tall bearskin cap, a shako they called it, and a moleskin coat. A moleskin coat dyed red, cut up crazy. We rented hotel ballrooms for victory celebrations. We wouldn't cancel them when it turned out defeat. No. Maggie the Cat! And Skip, he had some fever which come on him which doctors couldn't explain. I had that injury. It turned out just to be a shadow on the x-ray plate and a touch of bursitis. I lay in a hospital bed, watched our games on TV. Saw Maggie on the bench next to Skipper when he was hauled out of the game for stumbles and fumbles. Burned me up the way she hung on his arm. You know, I think that Maggie always felt sort of left out because me and her never got any closer than two people just getting bed, which is no closer than two cats on a fence humping. She took this time to work on poor dumb Skipper. Poured in his mind the dirty false idea that him and me was a frustrated case of the pair of old sisters that lived in this room, Jack Straw and Pete O'Cello. Poor Skipper went to bed with Maggie to prove that it wasn't true. When that didn't work out, he thought it was true. Skipper broke in two like a rotten stick. Nobody ever turned so fast to a lush or died so quick of it. Now, are you satisfied?
Are you satisfied?
With what?
That half-ass story.
What's half-assed about?
Something fell out of that story. What'd you leave out?
Yes. I left out a long-distance phone call, which I had with Skipper, in which he made a drunken confession to me, and on which I hung up. It's the last time we ever spoke in our lives.
Must have said something to him before you hung up.
What did I say?
Anything, something.
Nothing.
You just hung up. Where? Now, we have tracked down the lie with which you were disgusted and which you're drinking to kill your disgust with. You've been passing the buck. His disgust with mendacity is disgust with yourself. You dug the grave of your friend and kicked him in before you faced the truth with him.
His truth, not mine.
His truth, all right, but you wouldn't face it with him.
Oh, who can face the truth? Can you?
Don't start passing the fucking buck again.
No! No! How about these birthday congratulations? These many, many happy returns of a day when everybody but you knows there won't be any! Let's go out, man.
No, nobody's going out. What did you just say to me?
I don't remember.
Many happy return?
Well, Big Daddy.
When there won't be any?
Okay, let's go out on the gallery now, watch the fireworks and shooting off for your birthday.
First, you finish that remark you will make.
Look now, Big Daddy.
Finish what you were saying!
Leave the place to Cooper. And then 5 same little monkeys.
Leave the place, did you say?
All 20,000 acres of the richest land this side of the valley now.
Who says I'm gonna leave this place to anybody? This is my 65th birthday. I got 15 to 20 years left in me. I'll outlive you. How dare you and pay for your coffin?
Sure. Happy return.
Son, they were lying to me, weren't they? About the report from the clinic. This pain that keeps grabbing her. It's death, ain't it?
You said it yourself. Mendacity is the system that we live in. Liquor is one way out. Death is the other. I'm sorry, Big Daddy. I'm sorry. My head don't work right anymore. I can't tell why anyone would care if he lived or died or was dying, who cared about anything but whether or not there's liquor left in the bottle. So I said what I said without thinking. In some ways I'm no better than the others. In some ways I'm worse, because I'm less alive. Maybe it's being alive that makes them lie. Being almost not alive makes me sort of accidentally truthful. But anyway, we've been friends. Being friends means telling each other the truth. You told me, and I told you.
Parrish! Damn all lying sons of lying bitches! Yes, all liars! Lying, dying liars! Liars! Liars!
Rick, what in God's name is going on in this room?
I heard him, Maggie. I heard him real bad.
What did Big Daddy shout liars?
Hey, come help me with the kids.
Homecoming.
I never lied to Big Daddy. Never lied to anybody. Nobody but myself. I just lied to myself. Now the time's come to put me in Rainbow Hill. I ought to go there.
Over my dead body.
Rick, where are you going?
Out for air. I want air.
You're gonna tell Big Mama the truth. She needs you.
I can't witness that.
Big Mama needs you.
I can't witness this thing in here.
Oh, Sister Woman. Your kitties are so full of vitality. Well, I think I better be starting back in town.
No, not yet, preacher. You know we regard you as a member of this family, one of our nearest and dearest. So you've just got to be with us when Doc Ball gives Big Mama the actual truth about the report from the clinic.
Where's Big Mama? Where's that old lady?
Did you find her, Goober?
Yeah, she's avoiding this talk.
I think she senses something.
This is going to be painful.
Painful things cannot always be avoided.
Well, that's what I've noticed about Sister Woman.
Go find Big Mama, Goober. Don't let Big Daddy hear you.
Hey, Big Mama, come here!
Hush, Goober. Don't bother. Go to her.
Ryan, what do you want with me?
Mama, I told you we gotta have this talk.
What talk are you talking about? I saw the light go on in Big Daddy's bedroom, and I went and took him a glass of milk, but he just shut the shutters right in my face. When an old couple's been together as long as Big Daddy and me, they get irritable from too much devotion.
Now we can talk.
Talk? What is this talk? What talk?
Well, Big Mama.
Oh, Big Daddy's just wore out. He loves his family. He loves to have his family around him, but it's a strain on his nerves. He wasn't himself tonight. Big Daddy wasn't himself. I could tell he was all worked up.
I think he's remarkable.
Yes, remarkable. Y'all see the food he ate at that table? Did you see the supper he put away while he ate like a P.I.G. hog?
Hope he doesn't regret it.
Yes, that man ate a huge piece of cornbread with molasses on it and helped himself twice to Hoppin' John.
Big Daddy loves Hoppin' John.
Hope you don't have to pay for that later on.
What's that, Gooper?
Gooper says he hopes Big Daddy doesn't suffer tonight.
Oh, shoot. Gooper says. Why should Big Daddy suffer for satisfying a perfectly normal appetite? There's nothing at all wrong with that man but nerves. He's sound as a dollar.
Bless his old soul.
Yes, bless his heart. Where's Rick?
Outside.
Drinking.
I know he's drinking. Y'all don't have to keep telling me that boy is drinking. Can't I see he's drinking without you continually telling me that Rick is drinking?
Good for you, Big Mama.
Other people drink and have drunk and will drink as long as they make that stuff and put it in bottles.
I've never trusted a man that didn't drink.
Don't you trust Gooper? Gooper never drinks.
Why, Gooper, you don't drink?
Rick?
Had I known that, I wouldn't have made that remark.
Rick?
At least not in your presence.
Rick?
I'm going to the balcony, Big Mama, get it so we can talk.
Well, I don't know what this mysterious family conference is about. Excuse me. Y'all have such long faces. Would you open that door on the hall and let some air circulate, please, Gooper?
I think we better leave that door closed, Big Mama, till after the talk.
Preacher, will you open that door, please?
Well, Big Mama.
I just didn't think we ought to take any chance of Big Daddy hearing a word of this discussion.
I swan. Nothing's going to be said in this house that Big Daddy can't hear if he wants
Well,
to.
Big Mama, it's...
A breeze! Oh, a breeze!
I think this house is the coolest house in the Delta. Did y'all hear about Halsey Banks' widow? She put air conditioning units in the church and rectory at Friars Point.
Too bad nobody cools your church off for you. I bet you sweating that pulpit these hot Sundays, Reverend Tucker.
My vestments are drenched. Last Sunday, the gold in my chasuble faded into
Reverend, you
the
must have been preaching hell's fire last Sunday.
You think those vitamin B12 injections are what they're packed up to be, Doc Bob?
Well, if you want to be stuck with something, I guess they're as good to be stuck with as anything else.
Maggie, aren't you coming with Brick?
I have a strange feeling. A peculiar feeling.
What feeling?
That Brick said something that he shouldn't have said to Big Daddy.
Oh, what could Brick have said to Big Daddy that he shouldn't say?
Big Mama,
Now
there's
wait.
And now in my day, they had what they called the kitty cure for heavy drinkers. But now I understand they just take some kind of
Yeah,
tablets.
they call them anti-bus tablets.
Brick don't need to take nothing. He's just all broke up over poor Skipper's death. Oh, here he is. Here's my precious baby.
I'm sorry. Anyone else?
Son, I wish you wouldn't.
I wish I didn't have to, Big Mama, but I got to drink until I hear that click in my head that smooths it all out.
Brick, you break my heart.
Go sit with Big Mama.
I just can't stand it.
Now that we're all assembled.
We can talk.
Breaks my heart.
Go sit with Big Mama and hold her hand.
You go sit with Big Mama, Maggie. I'm a restless cripple. I got to stay on my crutch.
Y'all didn't surround me like this. What are y'all doing staring at each other and making signs at each other?
Calm yourself, Big Mama.
Calm yourself, sister woman. How can I calm myself when y'all staring at me as if big drops of blood broken out of my face? What's this all about, huh? Look.
Now, Doc Bob.
Doc Bob.
Big Mama wants to know the complete truth about the report we got today from the Osher Clinic.
Oh, is there something that I don't know? Oh,
Yes.
oh, I want to know. I want to know. Somebody must be lying.
I think
wanna
you better
know.
sit down, Big Mama.
What is it? What is it?
Well, I never have seen a more thorough examination than Big Daddy Pollitt was given in all my experience with the Osher Clinic.
It is one of the best in the country.
It's the best in the country, bar none.
But they were 99 and 9/10% sure before they ever started.
Sure of what? Sure of what? Sure of what? What?
Mommy, be a brave girl.
Show me the way to go. Shut up, Rick!
But now you see, Big Mama, we cut a piece off this growth, a specimen of the tissue.
Grove,
Now,
you
look-
told me.
Now,
You
wait.
told me that Daddy there was nothing wrong with
Yes. That's what we told Big Daddy. But we had this bit of tissue run through the laboratory, and I'm sorry to say the results were positive on it. It's, well, malignant.
Cancer!
Mommy had to know.
Why didn't they cut it out of him?
Involved too much, Big Mama. Too many organs affected.
Big Mama, the liver's affected and so's the kidneys. Both. It's gone past what they call
Surgical risk.
Yes, it's gonna pass tonight.
That's why he's turned yellow, Mama.
Oh, get away from me, Meg. Get away from me. I want Brick. Where's Brick? I want my only son, Brick.
Mama! Did she say only son?
Now, what does that make me?
A sober, responsible man with 5 precious children. 6?
Brick.
Quick one out without being so upset.
Brick. No. Leave me alone. You're not my
Hey,
blood.
Mama, I'm your son. Listen to me.
Cooper's your son, Big Mama. He's your firstborn.
Cooper never liked Big Daddy.
That's not true.
I think I'll just slip away.
Reverend Tucker, you go.
Good night. Good night, everybody. God bless everyone on this place.
No, there's been a mistake. It's just a bad dream.
We are going to keep Big Daddy as comfortable
It's
as we
just an
can.
awful dream. It's just a bad dream.
In my opinion, Big Daddy's having some pain and he won't admit that he has it.
Just a bad dream.
Well, that's what some of them do. They think if they can ignore the pain, it'll go away and it won't be around.
Yeah, they get sly about it. They get real sly about it.
Cooper,
Shut up, May. Big Daddy ought to be started on morphine.
Nobody's gonna give my husband morphine.
Now, Big Mama, when that pain strikes, it's going to strike mighty hard. And Big Daddy's going to need the needle to bear it.
I tell you, nobody's gonna give my husband morphine.
But Big Mama, his
Why don't you give her time to adjust to the idea?
Instead of a needle, isn't there a pill you can give to make the pain disappear?
Sometimes I wish I had a pill to make people disappear. Oh, Big Mama, I've got to.
Dr. Law is going.
Yes, I've got to be going. Keep your chin up, Big Mama.
You're gonna keep both the chins up, aren't you, Big Mama? Now stop it, Mama. Well, Doc, we sure do appreciate all you've done. Yeah, I'm telling you, we surely are obligated to you of everything. I guess that doctor's got a lot on his mind, but it wouldn't hurt him to act a little more human. You're a brave girl, Mommy.
It's not true. I just know it's not true.
Mama, those tests are infallible.
Why are you so determined to see your father dead?
Mama! I know what Big Mama means.
Oh, do you?
Yes, I think I do.
You sure do show a lot of understanding, man.
Understanding is needed in this place.
I guess you must have needed a lot of it in your family, Maggie. Your father's with the problem, now you got Rick with his.
Rick does not have a liquor problem. Rick is devoted to Big Daddy. This has been a terrible strain on him.
You know, honey, we was never a very happy family. There wasn't much joy in this house. It wasn't Big Daddy's fault. It was just, you know how some homes are happy? I thought coming home from the clinic today, now we'll be happy here. You and Brick will come and live here and have your children here, and we'll help each other be happy. Nothing ever turns out the way you planned, does it? Oh, Margaret, honey, you have to help Rick. You have to make him pull himself together. He's got to take hold of things.
Take hold of what things, Big Mama?
Please.
Big Mama, you've had a shock.
Yes,
But
we've
let's
all
be
been
realistic.
shocked. Big Daddy would never be foolish enough to...
To put this place in irresponsible hands.
Big Daddy is not gonna put this place in anybody's hands. Big Daddy's not gonna die. I want you to get that through your heads, all of you.
Mommy, Big Mama. We're just as hopeful and optimistic about Big Daddy's prospects as you are. We have faith and prayer. But nevertheless, there are certain matters that have to be discussed and dealt with because otherwise...
These eventualities have to be considered, and now is the time. May we please get my briefcase out of our room?
Yes, honey.
What you said just now is not at all true, and you know it. I've always loved Big Daddy in my own quiet way. I never made a show of it, and I know Big Daddy's always been fond of me in a quiet way too, and he never made a show of it neither.
Here's your briefcase, Google, honey.
Now, of course, my relationship with Big Daddy is different from Rick's.
You're 8 years older than Brick and always had to carry a bigger load of the responsibilities than Brick ever had to carry. He never carried anything in his life but a football or a highball.
May we let me talk, please?
Yes, honey.
Now, a 28,000-acre plantation is a mighty big thing to run.
Almost single-handed.
You had your law practice in Memphis. You never had to run this place.
Oh, Mommy, Big Mommy, let's be fair. Why, Goober has given himself body and soul to keeping this place up for the past 5 years since Big Daddy's health started failing. Goober wouldn't say it. Goober never thought of it as a duty. He just did it. And what did Brick do? Brick kept living in his past glory at college, still a football player at 27.
Who are you talking about now?
Brick, a football player? Brick isn't a football player, you know it. He's a sports announcer on TV and one of the best ones in the country.
I'm talking about what he was.
Well, I wish you would stop talking about my husband.
Okay, I got a right to discuss my brother with other members of my own family, which don't include you. I'll let you go out there and drink with Brick.
I have never seen such malice towards a brother.
How about his for me? You can't even stand to be in the same room with me.
That is the truth.
This campaign is a deliberate vilification for the most sordid and disgusting reasons on earth, and I know what they are. They are avarice, greed.
Oh, I will scream in a moment. I will scream unless this stops. Margaret, child, come here. Come sit with Big Mama.
How beautiful. I touch in this display of devotion.
You know why she's childless. She's childless because that big, beautiful athlete husband of hers won't go to bed with her.
You just won't let me do this in a nice way, will you? All right. May and I have 5 kids and another one coming. I don't give a goddamn if Big Daddy likes me or don't like me or did or never did or will never. I'm just appealing to a sense of common decency and fair play. I resented Big Daddy's partiality to Brick ever since Brick was born, the way I've been treated like I was just barely good enough to spit on. Sometimes not even good enough for that. He's dying of cancer. It's spread all through. It's packing all his vital organs, including the kidneys, and right now he's sinking into uremia. You all know what uremia is? It's a poison in the whole system due to the failure of the body to eliminate its poisons.
Poisons in the hearts and minds. That's poison.
I'm asking for a square deal, and I expect to get one. But if I don't get one, if there's any peculiar shenanigans going on around here behind my back and before me, I'm not a corporation lawyer for nothing in order to protect my own interests.
Storm coming up.
Oh, a late arrival.
Behold, the conquering hero comes.
Fabulous Brick Pollitt. Remember him? Who could forget him?
Looks like he's been injured in the game.
Yep, looks like you're gonna have to warm the bench of the Sugar Bowl this year, Brick. Or was it the Rose Bowl that he made that famous run
It was
in?
the punch bowl, honey, the cut glass punch bowl.
Oh, that's right. I'm getting the bowls mixed up.
Why don't you stop venting your envy and malice on a sick boy?
Now hush, both of you. I mean it. Hush, all of you. I won't tolerate any more catty talk in this house.
Now, Big Mama, you know it's necessary for me to go back to Memphis in the morning to represent the Parker estate in the lawsuit?
Is it, Goober?
Yes,
That's why I'm forced to bring up a problem.
Something that's too important to be put off.
And if Rick was sober, he ought to be in on
Rick
this.
is present. We are here.
Good. I'll now give you this outline my partner Tom Bullitt and me have drawn up, a sort of dummy trustee sheet.
Oh, so you'll be in charge of doling out remittances, will you?
This we did as soon as we got the report on Big Daddy from the Osher laboratories. We did this thing. We drew up this dummy outline with the advice and assistance of Mrs. C.C. Bellows. Man handles estates for all the prominent families in West Tennessee and the Delta.
Cooper?
Now, this is not final or anything like it. It's just a preliminary outline, but it does provide a basis or a design, a possible feasible plan.
Oh, I bet.
It's a plan to protect the biggest estate in the Delta from irresponsibility.
Now you listen to me. All of you listen here. There's not gonna be any more catty talk in this house. And Goober, you put away those papers. I don't know what the hell's in them, and I don't want to know what the hell's in them. I'm talking to you in Big Daddy's language now, and I'm his wife. I'm not his widow. I'm still his wife. And I'm talking to you in his language, and
Hey, Mom, what I have here is...
I don't care what you have there. I want you to put it back where it came from. And I don't want to see it again. Not even the outside of the envelope of it. Is that understood? Basis, plan, preliminary design. I say, what is it Big Daddy always says when he's disgusted?
Big Daddy always says crap when he's disgusted.
That's right, crap. I say crap too, like Big Daddy. Crap!
I don't think coarse language is
He's
called
deeply
for.
outraged again. You talk like this.
Nobody's gonna take nothing from Big Daddy. Not until he's ready to let go of it. And maybe just possibly not. Not even then. No, not even then.
Look, but the storm is getting bad.
Tonight, Rick looks like he used to look when he was just a little boy. When he come home from playing his wild games, all sweaty and pink-cheeked and sleepy, with his dark head shining. Time goes by so fast, nothing can outrun it. Death commences too soon. Almost before you're half acquainted with life, you meet with the other. Oh, you know, we just have to love each other and stay just as close as we can, especially now that such a black thing has come and moved into this place without invitation. Oh, Rick, son of Big Daddy. Big Daddy does so love you. You know what would be his fondest dream come true. If before he passed, if Big Daddy has to pass, if you gave him a son of yours, a child, a grandson as much like his son is like Big Daddy.
I know that's Big Daddy's dream.
Such a pity that Maggie and Brett can't oblige.
Can I come in?
Big Daddy, the stowaway?
Which storm you talking about? The one outside or the hullabaloo in here?
Excuse me, sir.
There's some mighty loud talk going in here. Sounded like something important was being discussed. What was the powwow about?
Why nothing, Big Daddy?
What you putting into your briefcase, Cooper, looks like a pretty pregnant-looking envelope.
Nothing, sir. Nothing much, anything at all.
Yeah, it looks like a whole lot of nothing to me. Y'all know the story of the young married couple?
Yes, sir.
Hello, Brett.
Hello, Big Daddy.
The young married couple took Junior to the zoo, inspected all God's creatures in their cages with satisfaction. Well, this afternoon was a warm afternoon in spring, and that old bull elephant had something else on his mind that was bigger than peanuts. You know the story, Brett?
No, sir, I don't think so.
You see, in the cage adjoining, there was a young female elephant in heat.
Oh, Big Daddy.
What's the matter? Preacher's gone, ain't he? All right. Now, this female elephant was permeating the atmosphere about her with a powerful and exciting odor of female fertility. Ain't that a nice way to put it, Ray?
I see nothing anything wrong with it, Big Daddy.
Rick says there's nothing wrong with it.
Oh, Big Daddy.
Well, that old bull elephant, he had a couple of fornications left in him. So he reared back his trunk and got a whiff of that elephant lady next door. Before you know it, there was a conspicuous change in his profile. Very conspicuous. Ain't I telling this story in decent language, Greg?
Yes, sir. Too fucking decent.
So the little boy pointed at it and said to his mama, Mama, what's that? She says, oh, that's nothing. Papa says, she's spoiled. You can have my story, Greg.
Sir, I didn't like such a story.
What's wrong with that old lady over there, loaded down with diamonds? Hey, what's your name? What's the matter with you?
She had a slight dizzy spell, Big Daddy.
You better be careful, Big Mama. Stroke is a bad way to go.
Rick, look, Big Daddy has on the cashmere robe that she got him. Softest material I've ever felt.
Yes, this is my soft birthday, Maggie, not my gold birthday or my silver birthday, but my soft birthday. Everything has to be soft for Big Daddy on his soft birthday.
Maggie, I hate to make such a crude observation, but there's something a little indecent about your
Like a
behavior.
slow motion football tackle.
Rick, Big Daddy has on the Chinese slippers that I gave him. Big Daddy, I haven't given you my big birthday present yet. Now's the time to give it to you. I have an announcement to make.
What? What kind of announcement?
Sports announcement, Maggie?
An announcement of life beginning. A child is coming, sighed by Brick and out of Maggie the Cat. I have Brick's baby in my body. And that's my birthday present to you, Big Daddy, on this birthday.
Stand up, girl. Get up off your knees. Yes, this woman has life in her body, and that's no lie.
Oh, Big Daddy's dream come true.
Jesus.
Lupa, I won't see my lawyer in the morning.
Where are you going, Big Daddy?
Son, I'm going up on the roof, on the belvedere of the roof, to look over my kingdom before I give up my kingdom. 28,000 acres of the richest land this side of the Valley Nile.
Sweetheart? Sweetheart? Sweetheart, did I come with you? Big Daddy? Sweetheart? Sweetheart? Big Daddy?
Rick, you possibly spare me one small shot of your liquor?
Help yourself, Cooper boy.
I will.
Of course, we know this is a lie.
Be still, May.
I won't be still. I know she's made
God damn it, I said shut up!
I won't be still. That woman made this up.
Who said you was pregnant?
She did.
Doctor didn't. Doc Barr didn't.
I didn't see Doc Ball.
And who'd you go to, Maggie?
One of the best gynecologists in Memphis.
I see. May we have his name, please?
No, you may not, Mr. Prosecuting Attorney.
He doesn't have any name. He doesn't exist.
He does so exist. So does my baby, Brick's baby.
You can't conceive a child by a man that won't sleep with you unless you think you're... He drinks all the time just to be able to tolerate you. Sleeps on the sofa to keep out in contact with you.
Yes, Margaret.
How can you conceive a child by a man that won't sleep with you? How can you conceive?
May.
May!
How can you?
Sister woman! How do you know that Maggie and I don't sleep together?
We occupy the next room, and the walls between are not soundproof. We hear the nightly pleading and the nightly refusal. So don't imagine that you're going to put a trickle on us to fool a dying man.
Hey, sister woman, not everybody makes as much noise about love as you do. Oh, I know some people are huffers and puffers, but others are silent lovers.
This is pointless. Completely.
How do you know that Maggie and I are not silent lovers? even if you've got a peephole drilled in the side of the wall. How do you know that when Goopa's away on business in Memphis, and you're playing Scrabble with the other ex-queens of Cotton down at the country club, that Maggie and I don't come to some sort of temporary agreement? How do you know that? How do you know that?
I never thought you would stoop to her level.
I don't think he will stoop to her level. Come on, May. We'll leave these lovebirds together in their nest.
Nest of lice. Liars.
May, just go back to our
Liars.
room now.
Liars!
You just don't wait and see. Time will tell, little brother. Time will tell.
Okay.
That was gallant of you to save my face.
There.
What?
Click.
Click in your head that makes you peaceful, honey?
Show me the way to go. I'm tired and I wanna go to bed. Had a drink about an hour ago.
Rick, I used to think you were stronger than me. And I didn't want to be overpowered by you. But now, since you've taken the liquor, you know what? I guess it's bad, but now I'm stronger than you. And I can love you, won't you? I really have been to a doctor, Rick. This is my time on the calendar to conceive.
How do you expect to conceive a child by a man in love with his liquor?
By locking up his liquor and making him satisfy my desire before I replenish it.
Is that what you did, Maggie?
God's mighty empty compared to before.
I'll be a son of a bitch.
So tonight, I'm gonna make the lie true. When that's done, I'll bring the liquor back here. We'll get drunk together tonight. In this place where death has come into. What do you say?
I don't say anything, Maggie. Guess there's nothing to say.
You weak people. You weak, beautiful people. Give up with such grace. What you want is someone to take a hold of you. Gently. Gently with love and hand you your life back to you like something. And I do love you, Rick. I do.
It'd be funny if that were true.